Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to another video with Miss Rojas. Today we are going to be learning about something called PFL. And PFL is an acronym for Personal Financial Literacy, okay? PFL focuses on the ability to manage your money in a good way, okay? This includes bills, paychecks, and the knowledge of making appropriate decisions about personal finance, okay? And personal finance means your own money. Okay. You can do this by investing in yourself and your family. So, like buying a home or even starting a business that you've been dreaming about for a really long time. Um, Insurance, having insurance for you and your family. That way, you can go to the doctor whenever you need to, or you can go to the dentist when you have a toothache. Paying for college, that's also known as investing in yourself because you are adding a skill to your list of things that you know how to do. Budgeting as well is something that you guys learned about during the economic fair because you had to budget your $10 in order to go to the next classroom and buy whatever you wanted. You had to plan for that. So budgeting your money and retirement. Okay, retirement is when you put a little bit of money aside every month or every year as you get older until you are maybe 60, maybe 65, 70. Sometimes a little bit earlier than that, but you don't have to work anymore and you can enjoy your days. So we're going to learn a little bit more about PFL, okay? The first vocabulary word that I want to introduce again to you guys is income, and you should probably know this word already. So income is money that is earned for work and money received for sale of goods or property. Okay, so if you sell something to someone, they give you money, and that is a source of income. Or if you sell your house, then you are able to consider that money as income. All right. So we have the more that you work, the more that you sell things, the more that you put time into your job, your money increases. Okay. If you sell your home, you get a nice large chunk of money. Okay. And then we have a picture down at the bottom. And these are just all the different types of jobs that people have that contributes to our society, and people are able to make an income off of the things that they love to do. The next word that we're going to be looking at is saving. Okay? Putting money in a bank account for later use instead of spending it. Ooh, this can be really hard for people to do. Okay? So the things that you should be saving for when you become an adult, you could even start right now, is retirement, maybe a house so that you can buy your own home, vacation, because all that work without ever getting a chance to enjoy the world is kind of crummy. So you want to save for a vacation, and college. Remember, a lot of people save to go to college or learn a trade in order to add skills to their list of things that they know how to do. Okay? And emergencies. You have got to save for emergencies. Imagine if you're driving down the road and your wheels pop on your car. That's not planned. You don't have a plan for that. So you have to have a plan on what to do when there is something that unexpected happens. So an emergency savings is really, really important, especially when you're an adult, because you never know what can happen. And there you go. You want to put your money into a nice, safe place. And usually we do that as we get older into a bank. But it's never too early for you to put your money into a bank. So maybe you could ask your parents about that. Next vocabulary word, spending. Oh man, Miss Rojas loves to spend some money and go shopping. Oh man. Purchasing goods and services to satisfy wants and needs. So when you spend money, it's not just for wants, it's for necessities as well. And I just like to throw in these little pictures. You got a puppy on the left, who says, me spending my money knowing I shouldn't be spending my money. And then we got a little girl on the right bottom corner that says, when my mom asks where all my money went, I don't know. So sometimes we spend money on things that we want, like clothes that we don't need, or just shoes because we're in love with them, or maybe we don't need to grab all those snacks at the store. Maybe we don't need that pint of ice cream. So sometimes we spend money on things that we don't need, but we want them. And then you have to spend your money on the things that allow you to live every single day in a safe environment. So you have to pay your bills. That is a number one thing that you have to spend your money on, paying your bills. You have to pay your rent. That goes along with your bills. If you don't pay your rent, then you might not have a safe place to sleep at night. You might not have a safe place for your kiddos or your siblings or your parents or your grandparents. And then something that we need is food and water, okay? You have to have food and water in order to survive. So you have to dedicate your money to your not only your wants, but your needs. Let's look at another vocabulary word. Charitable giving. All right, giving money to an organization that works to help those in need. This is something that is really, really great because you give back to our world. And the more that people give back to our world, the better place that it's going to be, okay? These are some of the foundations or organizations that give back to our communities. Got lots of different ones. This is a list of charities that work in order to help find a cure for cancers. And look at all these different cancers. So a lot of people around the world donate to these organizations in order to help those who are in need. We can't forget our San Antonio Food Bank and HEB. They are large companies that give back to those who are in need. So the food bank obviously gives back to people who are hungry, kids and families who need food. And they do that by getting donations from everybody in their neighborhood, in their environment. They're able to feed people who need it. And then HEB does a lot of giving back as well. And if you've ever seen these little sticky pulls down here, they're kind of like sticky notes. You can pull them right off. Well, actually, they are a donation. You pull one off and you're able to give that money to the cashier and they put it in a donation box. So that's a really awesome thing that our community does to give back. All right, we are going to be looking at credit. Now, this is kind of a new one. You guys learned about income, which is basically earning. You learned about spending, and you learned about saving as well. Even donating, you learned about donating a little bit too. Credit is a new one, and this is something that can kind of be confusing sometimes. So let's take a look at what credit, the definition for credit. Borrowing money and paying interest to buy needed or wanted items. Those are some interesting words. Okay, let's look. All right, credit cards. You could probably go with your parents' permission, go into their wallet and find at least one credit card, okay? A lot of people use credit. You can use a credit card, okay, to buy gifts. You can use them to pay your bills. You can use them to buy groceries. You can use them to fill up your car. You can use them to pay your car. You can use them to travel around the world, okay? You use credit cards. Well, adults use credit cards all the time, okay? Now, there's something, if you do not take care of your credit card bills, then you have something known as a credit score. And that credit score can go up or go down. You want to have a high credit score because that means that you're really good at paying your bills. Okay, so a credit score can help you, or it can make things a little bit more difficult to buy a car, to buy a new car, to buy a house, all those really awesome things that people want and need. So let's talk about interest for just a second. Interest is a percentage, so it's a small amount that gets charged to your credit card every month, okay? So if you buy an iPad at Best Buy and you put it on a credit card, and the iPad is originally $399, okay? And you put it on a credit card and you don't pay a large enough amount on that credit card, there's a percentage of $399 that gets added to your bill. So maybe they add $25 So now your bill is not $399. Your new bill is going to be $424. And that happens every single month if you don't pay what you charge to your credit card. So sometimes interest can really affect people's credit. And if that happens and it keeps on happening, then your credit can become bad and then you become in debt. Okay, so you have to make sure that when you use a credit card, you are being very careful with it and you're only charging what you need and not over the amount that you can actually pay. Okay, but we're going to learn more about this later on this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you later.